Right, number 3.
Sorry.
Sorry's not good enough.
Where's number 5?
I think his dad's onto him.
Onto him or not, his responsibility is to us. Ready? All right then, over here. Get round that end.
I thought it was locked up with the other medical books.
It was. But Father keeps the key in a little secret drawer in his desk. There are keys to all sorts of things in that drawer.
Is that how it's done then? Oh, hey, wait. Wow.
God, just look at that! Oh, it doesn't look as if they're enjoying it much.
Oh, hold on. Not so...
Hey!
You bloody twits! Is that all you can do?
Well, what do you expect?
Come on, let's see the rest.
I expect a little intellect. I'm ashamed of you. All of you. I hope your boyish curiosity about such trivia is satisfied. I can see there's a long way to go before you're ready. Any of you. Idiots! Bloody idiots!
Jonathan, you stay right there, young man. Mrs. Osborne. He's been out again.
Oh, Jono. It's twice in the last week.
Where do you go?
Just to the beach, Mother.
With whom? Who do you meet there?
No one.
You're lying.
No one, honest.
Go to your room this instant. Quick march. I have lost all patience with you, Jonathan. Give me the key. This door will be locked tonight and every night for a month. I will not have this lying. Do you hear me? I won't have it. Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, Mrs. Osborne.
The chief is right. The behavior of adults is awful at times. Subjected to cruel questioning, resisted, the chief's identity must remain secret at all costs. Have been locked in my room. The chief brought a book tonight. It was...
Good morning.
Good morning, Jonathan. Here's your porridge. Oh, there's rolls in the oven.
Good morning, Jono. There's some chicken in the fridge. We'll be away most of the day.
The boys are going over to Blackpool Sands, I thought.
Jono, you will spend today inside this house doing your homework and putting your room in order. woe betide you if you step 1 foot outside the door. Do you understand me? May I have my kiss? I wonder if I am being too hard.
If you'll excuse me, Mrs. Osborne, I sometimes think you're not being hard enough on the lad. He has a mind of his own, that one. You'll have to hold tight rein. Tight rein. For his own good.
Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Mrs. Osborne.
Who forgot the alarm?
Sorry, my fault. Bad night, was it?
Oh, dear. Does it show that much? The vicissitudes of puberty.
Yours?
Jonathan's and mine. So, this is the lot?
Yes.
This looks interesting. I like that very much.
Have a look at the Regency. Rosewood, and all the brass inlays intact.
How much did we have to pay for this?
Lot 278.
How clever, Richard, aren't you?
Astute would be more accurate.
Well, now, we'll just have to see how outrageous we can be with the London buyers.
I must say, Jono, I have never seen your room in such good order. Homework easy? What else did you do today?
Got into my book on flag signals. Pick a colour.
Red.
Right. A red burgee means I'm taking in or discharging explosives. Red and white quartered, you're standing into danger. Red, yellow, man overboard.
That's very good, Jono.
Black or white?
Oh, black.
Oh, black too.
You have chocolate. Ah! You cheat just like your father did.
Do you still miss him?
Yes. Very much. You?
I dream about him sometimes.
Good dreams or bad?
Good. We're in the dinghy, fishing, walking along the beach.
Whose go is it?
Mine.
Jonathan, have you got nothing to tell me about last night? Nothing at all?
It would be telling.
On whom, Jono?
I'm sorry, Mother.
Please.
Amoeba proteus, belonging to the subkingdom Protozoa. It feeds by phagocytosis, ingesting minute plants such as desmids or small organic fragments. It multiplies by the simplest form of asexual reproduction called fission. When conditions are good, amoeba enlarges rapidly, ceases activity, and forms itself into a round shape. The process is as follows. The pseudopodia come together, drawing food down into a food vacuole formed by the enclosure of environmental water. Once trapped and enclosed, digestion of food begins. Amoeba live and move with the tips of several pseudopodia in contact with the substrate. Who did it? Answer me! Stop it!
You look like a bloody Easter egg.
You do, you know.
You really do.
When I call a meeting, it means everyone. I expect you to remember that next time, number 5.
I tried to get out, I got caught.
I'm not interested in your excuses.
I'll never get this off.
That'll do! Punishment completed. We meet Friday after school at my house. I advise you to be there, number 5. I advise all of you.
The chief says we must have strong, hard hearts. He's right. I sometimes think of my heart as an anchor of stainless steel that sinks into the mud of the estuary, into the broken glass and tins and bottle caps. Pure, shining, never rusting. Last night, Mother stood for the longest moment, looking out to sea. Then something happened. I can't explain. It was strange, sad. What about Mr. Wickstead?
Gone for the day, and Father's at his surgery. Don't worry, we'll be alone. Number 2. Right then. Topics for discussion. Suggestions?
Loyalty amongst friends.
How about Headmaster Snows?
How about his arse?
Idiots!
What about the power of the sea?
My God, number 3, you are the romantic, aren't you? The pure and perfect order of the world. Comments? Didn't think so. Very well. The world is like amoeba Proteus eating its victim. Now, do you think that the amoeba worries that its victim might not like being eaten? Ridiculous! That would mean it has a sense of right and wrong. A sense of what adults call morality. I'm telling you, there's no such thing. Morality is nothing more than a set of rules adults have invented to protect themselves. A set of rules for the weak. You see, if you're strong, really strong, you don't need protection. You're not afraid of a world where the only reality is life, feeding life, weak life, feeding strong life. Like that amoeba. It's pure and perfect. It acts the way it does because of what it is. We have to be like that. And there's only one way to do it. Break the rules. One by one. Case in point. You might not believe it, but poor old Cedric here used to hunt for his food in the woods. But now he's in the house almost continually. He no longer hunts. He's lost his purity, his sense of the order of things. Betrayed them for a saucer of warm milk and a rub behind the ear. What you see here is a fat, soft cat posing as life. Do you understand? My God! My God, you're thick! Bloody cretins, the lot of you! You don't have any idea of what I'm talking about. Do you? Do you? Get out. Go on, get out! You'll never understand me. Any of you. Stupid, stupid, stupid!
I'll be right back.
When did she come in?
Came in this morning when you were at school.
Oh, Mother, I love you. Thank you.
I love you too.
Captain's busy. Mr. Cameron will take care of you.
Yes?
I'm Anne Osborne, and this is my son, Jonathan. I have a note from Mr. Chapman, the harbour master.
You want a kind of a tour?
Well, yes, if you're not too busy.
I guess I can show you around.
Thank you.
Watch your step. Ladder's kind of slippery. Exhaust piston.
BMW 752,000. Two-stroke.
What?
BMW 750s.
What happened?
We cracked the cylinder liner last night about 10 miles out.
Where were you going?
Plymouth. We were lucky to get in here. That way. Boy, he knows his stuff, doesn't he? Does he want to be a deep water sailor? Well, it's a miserable life.
Reef coming up starboard, fast.
Hard left, mister.
Hard left.
That's it. Half ahead. Now, all stop.
Did I do all right?
Great. Set the radical lighthouse.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cameron. It was wonderful.
Don't mention it.
Thank you. It was very good of you.
Pleasure.
Goodbye, then.
Bye.
Mr. Cameron, I know all this was an imposition, and I'd like to show my gratitude by inviting you to dinner tonight, if you're free.
It is Mrs. Osborne, isn't it?
I am a widow, Mr. Cameron.
I've got a watch, 6 to 8.
8:05 on the key. And she had Marconi-type radar and VHF on the bridge, and smoke detectors.
And the depth finder, and the sonar, beep, beep, beep,
And the autopilot.
and the barograde.
Barograph, or whatever. That's to measure atmospheric pressure. And Mr. Cameron, he's splendid, isn't he?
Splendid.
The bell, that's her name. Isn't she super?
She's super.
Well, I'm away to my sister's. I'll see you Monday morning.
All right, Elizabeth. Give her my regard.
Bye, Mrs. Palmer.
Oh, bye. And you behave yourself.
I will. Did you see the scar above his eye? Betty got it knife fighting. I bet anything fantastic.
Fantastic.
Mother, thank you for today. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome very much.
Your bill, sir. I hope you enjoyed your meal.
We did. Thank you very much. He was such a patient. Happened quite suddenly. 2 days. Some kind of occlusion. Whenever he gained consciousness, he'd smile and apologize for being ill. When he felt it coming on, he just said goodbye, simply. So he was taking the next train to London. Anyway, I took over the shop. Life here can be a bit claustrophobic at times, but there's always the countryside and the sea. Strange. I haven't spoken of any of these things to anybody since David died. That was over 3.5 years ago.
There's a signal that's sent between vessels passing on the high seas. What ship? Where bound?
Jonathan's convinced that you got that scar in a knife fight. What's your name?
Jim. And I ran into a hatch after a 3-day drunk in Panama.
We had a little place just outside of Topeka, Kansas. Know where that is? Just about 2,000 miles from the nearest ocean.
What made you go to sea then?
Just that, I guess. Long nights on a farm reading Jack London, Conrad. People doing things I'd never done. Place I'd never seen. The sea to me was the unknown, like deep space. If you work the land, you accept its limits, its boundaries. You're buried where you were born. Anyway, one day I knew that. I knew it was time to leave. It was good for a while.
And then?
It's crazy. You get the land that never changes and the sea's never the same. And after you sail a while, you come to feel like you don't belong in either place. I've had 16 years of it.
Yet you stay. Why?
You get caught by it,
By what?
by the idea of it, I guess.
Ah. Dreams of glory.
Something like that.
Is there something out there? Did I say something funny?
It's my shark. My dream of glory, if you want to call it that.
I don't understand.
I saw it off the Azores on a midnight watch 3 years ago. A gray shark coming at the ship from way out on the horizon. The fin was shining. I thought it was the moonlight, and then as it got closer, I could see the whole shark was glowing. Just kept getting closer. I'm dead on.
And then what happened?
Nothing. I guess it's still out there.
Will you stay with me tonight? You knew I'd ask, didn't you? When?
When you asked me for supper.
I knew when I saw you coming out of the cabin. You're off then? Back at 6.
Bye.
Bye.
And he looked fantastic. His muscles, scars all over his body. And then he took her to bed, just like the picture in your book. He's wonderful. I have a feeling he's going to do something. Something great.
Like what? All he'll do is get into your mum's knickers.
It doesn't matter. He's part of the pure and perfect order of things. The sea.
Rot. Nothing more than another broken down adult.
You don't understand.
Is that right? Since when is it your place to tell me what I understand and what I don't?
I just meant that
You're ridiculous. There's no such thing as a hero. Adults just pose as these things. You're a child, number 3. A soppy, ignorant child.
I am not.
Prove it.
Any time.
And the rest of you want to prove it too?
I'm game.
Yes.
Sure.
All right. We'll see. We'll just see.
That way! Come on! There he is! Grab him! Get him! Over here! Come on, he's over here! Come on, he's over here! Come on, he's over here! Grab him!
You did that on purpose.
It's not you, Claude.
I'll get you for that, I'm afraid.
Get this instead. Here he is! See him! Quickly! Grab him! I'll get you!
Stop it! Stop it! Damn you! What the hell do you think you're doing? Make a line across there. Stay together. Get that cat. Now! He won't get past us. Here, Cedric. Come on, Cedric. Come on, Cedric. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Cedric. Cedric.
Got him! I've got him!
Gloves.
I got him. It was me that got him.
Oh, shut up. Milk.
All of it.
Hold him. It won't take long. He's out. Over here. Hold his legs.
I told you, it sometimes becomes necessary to take things apart, like rules and other things, to find truth, to find the center of reality. Watch closely now. The external abdominal muscles. Wonderful, isn't it? We're almost there. Serratus and the intercostals. The pericardium. You've seen life posing as a cat. Now I'll show you. There. This is the core. The center of life that makes the pose possible. Beautiful. Isn't it beautiful? Fantastic.
Hey, Jonathan.
This is Mr. Cameron, second officer of the Bell.
Jim.
Maybe I can explain Jonathan's reluctance in introducing us. Jim. We five have a sort of a secret club. We don't use names. We refer to each other by number to maintain security. I'm sure you understand.
Gotcha.
Well, we must be off. Pleasure to have met you, Jim. Anchors away, mates! Gotcha! Gotcha! Gotcha!
The boy who spoke to you. You won't tell Mother I was with him, will you?
Why?
She doesn't like him much. Says he's too precocious for his own good.
She might be right.
He's just got a first-rate mind. Sometimes it's hard for adults to understand that in children. You won't tell, will you? When do you leave?
Tomorrow morning, as soon as we get the tugs. You doing anything now? Let's go around the point. I got something I want to show you.
it hard to learn all those instruments?
Nah, it just takes a little time. You know, men were at sea about 1,000 years before the magnetic compass. A sailor could read the clouds and the winds, the stars. He could tell a lot just by looking at the moon and the rainbows.
You leave in the morning. I bet sailors get bored with ladies saying that all the time.
But you say that to all the sailors.
I've never had a sailor.
I've never had a lady.
Isolated. I've been left alone with Mrs. Palmer while they've gone off to some hotel. Blunder. A stupid blunder. He's tampering with the perfection. It's wrong. Dangerous.
If you feel like it, you can write me at those addresses I gave you.
Bye, Jim. Bye, Jim.
Hang in there, Skipper.
sea was running like huge mountains, and we had to hold the engines at high revs to keep the ship into the wind. And it goes on like that. The storm nearly wrecked the Belle.
What happened then? He survived, else number 3's precious hero wouldn't have been able to write. These letters, this profuse volume of literature you and your mother have been getting, well, it seems a little odd from a seafaring man, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Sounds to me as if he's planning to come back.
That's a lie. He's never once mentioned coming back.
Of course. I'm sure he's much cleverer than that.
Take that back.
You forget yourself, number 3.
Take it back, I said.
The hell I will.
Get in!
Stop it, I say! Now, who's responsible? Who struck the first blow?
I did.
Then I'm sure you're willing to accept the consequences. You lot outside. Move along. Be quick about it. Go on.
Who's that?
Uruguay.
Here. Blow. Nambia.
Namibia.
Where is Nambia?
Just below Angola.
Ah, just below Angola. It is. Is it?
Yes, Mother. It's the Belle.
You smell good.
How's Jonathan?
Jonathan's in bed with a cold. Elizabeth, this is Mr. Cameron. Jim. This is Mrs. Palmer.
Hello.
How do you do?
Mr. Cameron will be staying with us for a few days.
Oh, I'll make up the guest room.
That won't be necessary.
Shall I make some tea?
Not for me. Jim?
No, thanks, no.
Will you be eating at home?
Yes.
Well, then I'd better phone the butchers. Excuse me.
Why don't you go upstairs and see Jonathan? I won't be a minute.
Yes?
Hi, Skipper. These for you from Piranha.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I had a temperature yesterday.
You ought to drink a lot of orange juice. Vitamin C. It works. Hey, what's this? Hey, this is pretty good. You just about got it perfect. L.A. across the North Pacific, right to Yokohama.
What's that?
It's an iguana. The Indians wear them on their heads during their ceremonies. You ought to see them, Jonathan. They got jaguar's teeth around their...
When will you be sailing again, Mr. Cameron?
Jonathan?
I don't really know yet. We gotta unload, pick up some navigational gear.
I have a terrible headache, Mother.
Well, go downstairs and ask Mrs. Palmer to give you some aspirin and then have a little sleep. Come on, Jim.
See you later.
I have to go.
What?
I have to sign some drafts in the shop before the bank closes. I have to, honestly. But I'll be through by 4. There's a tea shop, Ferguson's.
Tea shop?
Yes, it's opposite the Chandlers. I'll meet you there at 4 o'clock. Oh, thank you. 4 o'clock.
Great place for a funeral.
I'm showing you off.
To them? What the hell do they matter?
That's the whole point. They don't anymore.
Hey, I want you. Let's get out of here.
Indulge me. Just for a few moments more.
Either we leave here right now.
Or what?
Okay.
Shit!
Don't jump around now. Just act natural.
Please. For God's sake.
You want to stay here, we'll stay.
Please. Jim. I beg you.
It's too late. Easy now, you're gonna attract attention. Just relax.
I can't. Please.
Out there, I kept thinking about how silky you feel. And the sounds you make. The smell of you.
More cakes, my dear.
No, thanks. We're fine. Just fine.
Easy now. That's it. You're getting it. Good girl.
Did you see your shark this time?
I just kept thinking about you. And how far away you were. I could see myself. And all that time at sea, loving something that doesn't love you back. Just going around and around year after year until you... All of a sudden I was in a place I'd never been before. Didn't have any choice. See, I've been pushing at that door. It opens in to feeling things that I never felt. I didn't even know you could feel. And you did that. And I need you in my life. Because I need that place. Marry me. Christ, say something.
When?
What?
When do you want to marry me?
Are you sure?
Yes. You.
Uh-huh.
Jonathan. Oh, I must find the right time.
We got time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, no matter how long you've been at sea, you'll never get used to the big storms. The absolute terror. The savagery of all that power. And the beauty of it. But you know it's over. But this one was like nothing I'd ever seen. In the beginning, there was nothing you could see, but the barometer kept dropping like somebody pulled a cork out of the bottom. We started taking cross swells, and the ship
was getting water on her decks, so we put her into the swells, trying to keep way. The seas got heavier. There's tons of water coming down on her, pounding her decks, tearing at the hatches. We lost a boat. Then another one. The rails are twisted, and bridge ladder's gone. She'd go down into the gully of a wave like she was going over the edge of the world. I had to go up on deck and check some hatches, and I got trapped hanging onto a ring bolt for my life. I thought this time the old girl's had it. No way she can make it through this one. But of course she did. Because God protects the fools and the sailors.
It's wrong of him to come back. He's tampering with the perfection. Can't he see that? What's he doing here? One Indian story, one storm, like a peddler with a pack of wares. It's criminal. Charges against Second Officer Jim Cameron. Coming back. Answering he wasn't sure when asked when he would be sailing again. Causing me the humiliation of having to face the chief now.
Sententious drivel. Just pushed a button and out came one of those things fathers are expected to say.
My father still won't buy me an air rifle.
Mine beat me yesterday.
Beat you?
He slaps me around the face.
Why don't you do something about it?
I'm not big enough or strong enough.
You don't have to be strong, just clever. In any case, there are worse things than being beaten. Lots worse. You're lucky, number 3. Your father's dying let you off. Oh, I see the bell has returned to us. Has your great hero done anything super on his last trip?
You know he has. That fantastic hurricane off South America.
Well?
Well, he almost died. He had to fight to stay alive.
And you think that's exceptional? The rats on that ship do as much. I'm sick to death of your defense of this man. He's back, isn't he? All tucked in and cushy in your mother's bed. And you had the gall to question my judgment about him. Your behavior is unforgivable. I'm demoting you. 5 is 4. 4 is 3. And you, slug, are number 5 and will remain number 5 for as long as I say.
Only half.
He can handle it.
Jono, I want you to listen very carefully. What I'm going to say is, well, it's quite important. Jim and I are going to be married. I know you've often thought how good it would be to have somebody. Well, be a real family again. Jono, please try to understand what I'm saying. Jim is the first man I've ever... Well, I love him very much, Jono, and I hope one day you will too. Well, I suppose that's all there is to say, really. Except we've talked it over, and we've decided to get married at the end of the month. Aren't you going to say anything?
Will you go back to sea afterwards, Jim?
No.
I hope you'll be very happy, Mother. You too, Jim.
I'll drink to that.
To us. Let's try and be happy now, Jono. We'll make a fresh start. It is possible, you know. To be happy, I mean.
What will Jim do now?
I don't know. We've talked about it a great deal. He's interested in so many things, but it's finding the right thing. Anyway, there's plenty of time to think about that. Night-night, my darling.
Night.
Love you. It was all a joke. Just a game to tease you with, my darling. How could we possibly get married? The world would crack open. Jim on land. Impossible. He must go back to the sea. That's where he belongs. It was only a game, my darling. Only a game.
It's ruined. He's destroyed it all. The perfect order is gone. How could he? I don't understand. Continuing the charges against Second Officer Jim Cameron of the... Against Jim Cameron.
What a day. I'm tired.
I'm not. Sit.
Hmm?
Where's that coming from?
What are you doing? What the hell do you think you're doing? You'll be watching us. Answer me! How dare you! How dare you! Oh!
Hey, cut it out! What the hell's going on?
He has been spying on us. Watching us. Oh, God, I feel sick. Jonathan, how could you?
me when I speak to you. Oh, my God. I'll make you answer.
Hey, now, take it easy. Just hold on a minute. She right, Jonathan. You've been watching us. From the beginning.
And before that, even. Before Jim came. Oh, Daniel!
Wait a minute. Calm down, would you? Just a second. Jonathan, you know what you did was wrong.
Wrong! It was evil!
Hey, it was wrong. He knows it, and we know it. There's not a hell of a lot more to say about it. I think you owe your mother an apology, son.
Jonathan, where are you? What is going on in there? I don't know you. I don't know you at all. Say something.
Come on, that doesn't solve anything. How about that apology, boy?
Sorry, Mother.
She didn't hear that.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Now you close those doors.
Okay, it's a start. Tomorrow I'll fix that hole. But right now, let's just break clean and try and start over again in the morning. What do you say?
The Chief is right. There are worse things than being beaten. I shall never doubt him again. Never. Terrible. Terrible. Awful. Well, there it is. This adult's never meant much to the group as a whole, but for number 5, he was a person of considerable importance. For a short while, he seemed to have shown him a glimpse of the pure and perfect order of life. But now, well, there's no question. He's betrayed number 5 completely, and himself as well. I know what you're feeling. How painful it must be. The betrayal of adults always is.
I have to save him. Change him back. I have to. How?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? We have to make sure this sailor remains true to himself, to his core.
You mean like Cedric?
When does his ship sail?
Tomorrow afternoon, around 2.
Perfect.
Jim, I was telling my mates at school about your last trip and the storm. And, well, it's not the same as when you tell it. They've asked to hear it from you. Would you?
Sure. When?
Tomorrow, after school.
Tomorrow's a bad day. Your mother's got a load of stuff planned. The Belle's sailing. I'd like to see her leave.
You can. There's a place just above the old castle where we can all watch her leave. Please.
Okay.
And you mustn't tell Mother. It's sort of a secret just between mates. Understand?
Gotcha.
And would you wear uniform? Would you?
Sure.
Meet you at the quay just after school.
It's a deal.
What's this line?
That's a tangent between the observer station
to the heavenly body.
Jesus, that kid's sharp. I think everything's gonna be all right now. Everything's gonna be just fine.
This is it.
Terrific.
We can really see her from here. Can't we, number 2? Yes.
So you're the second officer, huh?
Aye.
Then you'll need this. Looks good. That's a sight, isn't it? Adios, lady.
Tell us about the storm, Mr. Cameron.
Yes,
Tell us about...
Okay, gather around. Hey, that's great. You guys know what they mean? Tell 'em.
The Blue Peter means I'm about to sail. That's for the bell. And the red one means you are standing into danger. That's for the story.
Yes, the story.
The story.
Okay, settle down. Well, this was a storm we hit off the coast of South America. Jonathan's heard all this before.
It doesn't matter. Go on.
Well, this was a bad one.
Tea, Mr. Cameron?
Great, thanks. The worst I'd ever been in. Captain, too. She came out of Cape Horn to the south of us. The barometer kept dropping. So we knew we were in for something big. Then we started getting these huge cross swells. And we really started to take a beating. She was listing nearly 40 degrees, and the sky started turning black, blacker than at night. Goodbye to you too, lady. Where was I? the seas got heavier. Then the ship started taking water on our decks. She was under from stem to stern. Tons of water on her decks and hatches.
Go on.
What then?
Go on, Jim.
And the bridge ladders were washed overboard. And then
Go on. About the waves.
she'd go. She'd go down into the trough of a wave. Down like she was going over the edge of the world. I was trying to get.
To get what?
To get. My breath.
Jim? Jim?